Now, I don't know about you, but I'm really cheesed off with plastic flower pots. I seem to have got loads of them that come with all the plants I buy, but I can reuse them. So I reuse them to sow seeds and root cuttings into, but I really do prefer terracotta pots actually, but they're heavier, they break. But there's a really good alternative that I think is worth trying, and that is the wool pot. Now, wool pots are just like a little sock, really. They're sewn up at one end, they're knitted like you would do a sock, they're made from 100% wool. So if they had a little heel in them, you could actually put them on your foot. But there are lots of ways in which you can use these wool pots, and particularly now that the company have brought out this little potter. So this is a terracotta or a ceramic, glazed ceramic potter that you can slip the wool pot into, fill it in there, and then turn the edges down, just wrap the edges round, and that allows you to then fill the sock, if you like, the wool pot, with your compost. Push it in a little bit, don't push it in too much. I'm a big fan of trying not to over firm compost. So you could actually mound it up a little bit like this and then tap the potter like that so that you can get your compost in there. That should be firm enough, and then when you pull the wool pot out, you can see that it's filled that wool pot with the compost nice and evenly. You can top it up with a little bit more if you want. And the big benefit from growing plants, cuttings and seeds in these wool pots is that because you've got a mesh around the outside, the plants or the seeds or the cuttings don't get over waterlogged if you water them a bit too much. The excess drains away very readily, but the wool actually stays moist, holds on to moisture, and that encourages the roots to come out gradually to the edge of the pot, but using all of the compost that's inside the pot. What happens with a plastic pot is that you find that the roots go right out to the edge of the pot really quickly and then go round and round in circles, because that's the place that's moist, where the water runs to the edge of the pot, runs down the inside of the pot, so the roots are attracted to it. It doesn't happen with the wool pot. Instead, you get an even distribution of moisture, so the roots grow nice and evenly through it. So I'm going to put this to the test. I'm going to sow some seeds in and see how each of these different types of pots do. I'm using 3 wool pots, 3 plastic pots, and 3 terracotta pots, just so that I've got hopefully an even range of different pots. I'm not just using one pot, and I'm going to see how they do. Now, once you've used your potter, you can put that to one side, and then I'm just going to put 2 seeds, and I'm going to use broad beans. I'm going to use 2 seeds in each of these pots. Just going to push them into the compost just on their side, and then I'm going to do exactly the same in the plastic pots. 2 beans pushed in just on their side, and just cover the beans seeds over again, and exactly the same on the terracotta pots as well. Push my bean seeds just into the surface of the compost and then just loosely cover them with the compost. So let's just do these last 2 wool pots here. Just 2 beans, and the reason I'm putting 2 in is that if one doesn't germinate, we've always got a backup of one of the others. So putting the beans in on their side as well means that they're less likely to rot if you put them in on their side. So it's always a good tip to use your beans on the side. And then I'll just finish off these other pots in a moment. And I'm going to put them into a wooden seed tray so that they're all standard in the same conditions, all in a wooden seed tray like this. And then I'm going to pop them into my greenhouse. Might have to go and get another seed tray. I'm going to pop them into my greenhouse, water them, and see how they germinate and how they progress. And I'll update you over the coming weeks and months.